What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brian from American Auto, and we are back at it again, moving on to another panel on this Challenger. As y'all can see, I got it primed up, figured out where all the holes are. And the reason I did that is because this was in bare metal. So the biggest thing I want to do is go around it and find where all the low spots are, and I can show you what I mean by that. All right, so what I mean by the holes in it, and I don't know if you can see them, but this whole entire trunk has got bad spots in it. Okay, that's not horrible. I've already filled these in. These were the big ones. There was a hole over here, that's all filled in, but it's still low. Okay, but you see all the divots and all where all the primer's still in there? Yeah, up in the middle there, over here, right in the center of it. Yeah, there's holes all in this thing. Not all the way through, but you know, it is a Dodge product, and this is factory. And well, as Mike Finnegan said it yesterday on his channel, Dodges come pre-equipped with rust. So yeah, the rust was added free. So we're gonna fill these in and get this whole thing skimmed and the icing, and let it harden up and go from there. And yeah, go ahead and start working it. But we're gonna feather the icing out. We're gonna put all the icing on top because this front edge here looks really good, right? So I'm not stressing that front edge. So we're gonna feather the icing all the way down just to that edge and then work it into this body line. So, all right, hang tight and we'll get it on. All right, so at this point, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get some mud mixed, and y'all seen that 1,000 times, so I'm not gonna bore you with that. So let's get the mud going. Well, let's get some spread on here. Tend to like to start out a little high with it and work my way down on stuff like that right there. And I'm not saying it has to be smooth to start with, but it helps. You know, the less you got to body work down, the less bumps and stuff, the easier it is, in my experience. Now for you it may be completely different, but in my experience, it's worked that way. Well, here we are after a whole bunch of work trying to get this deck lid leveled out. I gotta go back over this side here with the sander. But yeah, you can see how many low spots there are in it. And all that jazz. So yeah, it was lumpy. All right, so it's actually been a week or maybe 2 weeks since the last part, because I've been out working on the GMC. And reason being, the customer of the Challenger wants to see my paintwork on the GMC before I do this car. That stuff, yeah. Anyhow, so between last video or last clip and this clip, we've gotten some parts and got them on. Notice something different? We got work to do though. This is a brand new Fender from Auto Metal Direct. And as y'all know, I fought to get this because the other one is still sitting in West Virginia or Maryland or something. I don't know. Anyway, as you can tell, we got it bolted on there. I don't know if you can see that well or not, but that's a gape of a body line. So we've got some adjustments to do here. I need to move this whole fender over this way just a touch. As far as height goes, it's good there, but I need to shim the front up to bring this body line closer and leave the bottom where it's at. So we're going to cantilever it just a little bit, and should be able to get all the adjustment I need out of the hood as well. So we're going to go ahead and do that. But for starters, we got to pull the steering wheel off. Yeah, what fun that is. So where we're at right here is you got 3 screws on each one of these points on this. I believe that's a 7/16, which it is. Oh, a good point on this is these nuts are cone shaped on the end. The cone goes in to the convex on the steering wheel. You got that little recess right there, and that nut sits right inside of it. So, all right, we got a little impact here with a 3/4. Make sure we're in the right position. Don't want to mess this up. But when you get this on here and you get it on good and tight like that, I don't want to push too hard on these. So part of the little secret, get you a hammer. Don't go waylay crazy on it. But because you're on that center stud, I spray PB Blaster on it to kind of loosen it up a little bit. But if you take this hammer and just give it a couple taps like that, notice it moved. As a matter of fact, it's coming on off now. But that's all you got to do to get that to come loose instead of fighting it. What can I say? Side. But that center tap jars the threads right here just enough to let go. And that's what does that. So now I have to look at this. I don't know if y'all can see all this down in here, but that's all sand. All this in here is sand. So this is, look, right on top, well, right on top of that shelf right there is all sand. Okay? And that is in here because when they sandblasted this car, again, they did not take everything out like they were supposed to. They just sandblasted it and let it all go down in the floors and everything. I'm still getting sand out of the floorboards down there. And that poor carpet's outside. I pressure washed it, vacuumed it, everything, and I still am getting sand out of it. So if you're gonna have a car sandblasted, make sure you go through the effort of covering stuff up that you don't want sand in or taking it out, okay? That's very important. So I need to get my lock ring pliers so I can get that ring off of there. And okay, so now, yeah, I can't zoom in from there. But now we got that lock ring from around here, which was interesting. Now we've got to take this screw here out. And I watched a video where the guy said there's plenty of room for movement down at the bottom. So you grab these like this, give them a little tug like that, and boom. Oh yeah, that's where that blinker switch goes in at. Okay, now I get it. Now we pull this off. Come on, Dodge. All right, folks, here we are in here. We got this guy here off, which goes that way. There was a collet on here that was right here. So there's a pin you have to knock out of here, okay? But that collet was sitting all the way on here, and it actually looked like it was one piece. So once I realized that came off, then you can see where that pin goes inside there, which goes across there like so, and it's just a roll pin, and you have to tap that roll pin out, and then this just simply slides off, okay? Now that that's out of the way, now we need to take these two screws out to get down to this guy. So let's get at it. So glasses on. And let's get these screws out and see what we got going on here. Oh, well, that wasn't tight. All right, now I can show you. God, shut up. Anyway, that little bitty hole right there, you got to take a scribe or something and push in there with the key in the on position to get it to slide out, okay? Next, we got to take these 3 screws here out, which I've got one in my hand, but that one and that one, then that's your ignition right there. We take it out and yeah, figure it out. All right, guys, we got it completely taken apart. Oh, and then I was able to slide this back in. Of course, got to remember to push the thing in that hole there. But here is your ignition switch. And as you can see, you cannot get into it. It's a sealed unit. But if you turn it on, see how it's like phasing in and out? That's not supposed to do that. So, really and truthfully, all that's left is I just need to order that. So we're going to go ahead and get that ordered, and we'll come back when it's time to put it back in, and move on to the next project. So, all right, yeah. Ladies and gents, so we went ahead and moved on from the steering wheel, getting it taken off. We got the front fender actually installed properly. Look at there, body lines line up nice. Hood, oh, I got the hood popped so you can't really see it. But everything lines up perfect on the front fender now. We only had to do a little bit of modifying, so wasn't too bad. The rear hole that mounts at the front of the fender down on the bottom down here, we had to oblong it out just a little bit to give us about 1/8 of an inch to be able to move it forward to give us our body panel gap. And we only had to raise it up at the front by like 1/4 of an inch with shims, and then work it back from the front to the back. But that's how we got our body lines. Also, we had to only trim just a little bit of the rear of the headlight bucket back there. Take out one little corner that was just a little too much there. From there, we went ahead and started sanding some more on the hood. These spots here, yeah, all this here is drying in. This whole side over here, again, another side that looks like it got hit with buckshot. So now what we've got left is still got to take care of this down here. And then hope that's all we find. But other than that, the rest of it seems to feel and look pretty good. So, I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. All right, so here we are again. And we are just about to the point of sanding down the rest of this car and getting it ready for primer. We got the spots-ish, but I've got to sand this down now. There's a hole in the bottom of the door right there. Not sure if you can see that little lump there. So we got to sand that down, make sure that's filled in. Sand all that down, make sure that's all level. And now, if you see these holes here, these 3 holes here, those holes on the hood, and any other holes we can find, not these. These are not getting filled in. These holes here, where it's supposed to say Dodge. All that, these holes here. This hole here. This hole here. All of it's getting filled in. Because we are now going to shave the mirrors, shave the door handles, and eliminate everything else there is to eliminate on this car as far as emblems or anything. So none of that stuff matters now. So we're going to weld in everything we can and then fill in the rest. Yeah, tell me what y'all think. He wants to put push buttons in to open the doors, since we're going to shave these door handles down on the outside. So what do you think? Should we go in here with a push button, or maybe in here somewhere? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think in here or around any of this will be good. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. Look at that line. Look at that line. Yeah. The only thing left to adjust on that line, look at that. The only thing left to adjust on that body line right there is the out motion on the door. And I'm gonna do the best I can with that, because the idiot that put door skins on jacked that all up. They got that all kind of wavy. But it's all good. We're gonna fix it. So anyway, if you have any ideas on where you would put the buttons on this to open the door, let me know. We want it somewhere inconspicuous, obviously, but not somewhere it's going to get messed up. There's a little mud inside them holes there. I don't know how you do it. Pretty rough on a knife, but as long as you do that, once you got that done, you can flux core it. And once you get a flux cord and start grinding on it, just like that, you have no more holes. Now you're ready for it to be body worked. So you go from that to that, and that, and the other side. So, all right, everybody, we're back on another day, and it's been really busy, really hectic off screen, and it's time to shift gears. So we're going to end this video off, but I will do a quick recap and show you everything that has been done off screen. So we got the steering wheel reinstalled. That's done. Everything in there is working perfect. The ignition's actually working perfect. The old ignition's down there in the floorboard with the rest of the tools. We got this door relined back up and set to where it pops open on its own, just about, with just a small touch. And the reason we did that is because if you noticed in my shorts, I did the video talking about we're going to put pop locks in. We're going to put the buttons in somewhere. And I've got to fill in that door handle and that mirror and all that, because I'm pretty certain in the state of Tennessee, as long as you have a rear view mirror, which goes up there, you don't have to have side mirrors. Like I said, we got the front fender on, adjusted, hood is on and adjusted, and if you notice right there, no more emblem marks. All that's gone too. Those are gone. And we got the front fender almost completely level. Still got a little more work to do on that. We're going to get these filled in. These filled in. This filled in down here. We got the bottom down there. That's all filled in. I've got a little bit more work to do on the bottom of this door because there's one little spot there. Got to pull them out, pull that door handle out, do the same thing on this side. So that's where we're at right now. He came, he looked at it, he liked what he seen, we went over it, and now we're going on with shaving the door handles, the mirrors, and all that. So that's going to put a hold on the Challenger at the moment. I'll get started back on it in a couple days. I've got to move over to the blue truck and get some work done on it. So yeah, we're on hold for the Challenger right at the moment. He's also bringing all the trim pieces, all the chrome trim pieces, so we can paint them gloss black. But that's going to be in the next video. So as it stands right now, guys, that's going to do it for this one. So follow the build along and keep an eye out for the next video. And remember, if it don't challenge you, it don't change you. Make sure you go over and check out Bondo Billy. He's got a lot of really good information to pass on to you. I'm picking up a bunch from him on what I'm doing. I keep saying I don't know jack about paint, which I know a little bit, maybe a little bit more than I let on, but I'm no pro painter by any means. But Bondo Billy, man, guys, I'm telling you, if you hadn't checked this guy out, you need to. He is awesome. He does some awesome work, and I really want to, I'd love to get an up close and personal look at that Oldsmobile he's doing. But go check out his channel, check out Junkyard Digs, check out Pole Barn Garage, Golden Rust or Bust, Top Notch Trees 23. Yeah, and I think that's it for right now. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I truly apologize. But that's going to do it for this one. We're going to get this front end stashed off this truck and we get after it, and that'll be in another video. So thanks, guys, for watching so much. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and we will catch y'all in the next video. See you guys.